Hello, my Tubies and my Teletubbies. Today I want to talk about why I stopped drinking alcohol. First, I'd like to start off by asking this question: why did I drink alcohol? The answer to that question is very simple: because God and Jesus said that I can. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says, go smoke weed, smoke crack, crystal meth, or shoot up heroin. But alcohol is permitted and supported in the Bible. Now, I'm not trying to knock or judge anyone. I'm just explaining why I leaned more towards alcohol. At 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 23 it says, "Do not drink water any longer, but use a little wine for the sake of your stomach and your frequent cases of sickness." Depression is a sickness. And then at Psalms 104, verse 15, it states, "A little wine will help make your heart rejoice." And then at Ecclesiastes 9:7, it says, "Go, eat your food with rejoicing, and drink your wine with a good heart, because already the true God has found pleasure in your works." And then I also thought about how Jesus Christ, he drank. In fact, Jesus' very first public miracle was turning water into wine at a wedding feast. And you can read about that in John chapter 2. And it wasn't a weak wine either. It was a fine wine. He did not turn water into grape juice because Jewish custom required they drink real wine at such joyous celebrations. It is safe to say that he did partake in drinking the wine, but he always drank in moderation. And you think about another Jewish tradition, the Passover celebration. That also included wine. We know that Jesus certainly he partook of the Passover cup. And then if you read the chapter of Luke chapter 7, it indicates that Jesus drank alcohol at times. That's why the religious leaders of his day, they accused him of being a drunkard. That's at Luke chapter 7, verse 33 through 34. Now, this showed me that Jesus doesn't condemn drinking any more than he condemns eating bread. It's the abuse of drinking or becoming a glutton when eating that is frowned upon and sinful. Now, as a Christian, we want to keep a biblical view of eating and drinking. We should never drink to a point of drunkenness or being intoxicated or become gluttons when it comes to food. And if you see that you can't control yourself when it comes to alcohol or where alcohol is concerned, then it's best that you abstain from it completely, totally. I remember I had stopped drinking for over 7 years. This is before I let my brother come and live with me. I decided to start drinking again when I saw how he and the men who were the leaders in the congregation, they were drinking almost every time they got together. So I reasoned with myself, you know what? God didn't say that we can't drink. They're not doing anything wrong, even though I saw them overdo it many, many times, and they had to have their wives drive them home. But that's neither here nor there, but that's why I went back and I started drinking again. Now, I'm not trying to blame anyone. I'm just expressing and explaining why I decided to go back to drinking again. I also started drinking more heavily when I found out everything I was taught religiously was either corrupt or a lie. I also went through a divorce. And like they say, a divorce is like a death. That's like a death, and that was hard on me. And then I had to watch my son go through so much. He was battling issues that he's dealing with. And then the loss of my daughter, grandkids, son-in-law, due to religious differences that will never be solved because I will never, ever turn against Jehovah God and the teachings of Jesus Christ to follow any organization or any imperfect men that they themselves admitted in their own broadcasts, in their literature, that they are not inspired by God. Now, anyone who's not inspired by God, that means that it's like man-made. Until Jehovah and Jesus Christ decide to pull them out like he did me, like Jesus and Jehovah pulled me out of there, things are going to remain the same. Because if they're sitting here waiting for me to stop following Jesus' teachings, that's never going to happen, And I know for a fact that God is not about busting up families and marriages, but trying to get my family to understand this. It's like talking to a brick wall. So I'm just like, whatever. Anyway, let's focus on the reason I decided to stop drinking. And that's because I noticed anytime I would feel a negative emotion, stress, sadness, anger, or anxiety, or if I felt shy, inhibited, and wanted to express myself comfortably, I would want to drink. All of a sudden, I would think of drinking. And that's not how Sheila True Love is. That's not how I handle things. But I have been through so much in such a short span of time. I'm talking about some serious PTSD. I mean, I've had nightmares, anxiety, flashbacks regarding all the crap that I've experienced, especially with my religious beliefs and my family. However, I know that trying to live a Christian lifestyle, you have to be very careful how you talk to people and how you conduct yourself. I was never the type of person, to drink every day or every week or even every month. And I didn't get intoxicated every time I drank either. But I noticed that 25% of the time, I did overdo it. And I can't keep slipping up like that. Also, as you age, your body don't handle alcohol the way it did when you were younger. It takes a longer time to recuperate, it causes depression, and it takes a real toll on your body. And sadly, it accelerates aging too. And Sheila True Love, she ain't trying to look old for nobody before her time, not me. I also used to say things when I was drinking that I later regretted, Like there was one of my Marco Polo women on my women's group. She knows who she is. I said some things that may have been very hurtful and too abrasive, which I really apologize for that. Anna is her name, and I love her. She's amazing, and I was a bit harsh, yeah, and I humbly apologize. But don't get it twisted. I did mean the things that I said, but the manner in which I expressed it was too abrasive, and it was hurtful. Now I already have a strong personality, and drinking it wasn't helping. I also noticed that I was not being as productive as I've always been. I let things go that I would never let go if I weren't drinking. The last time I had a drink was what? On the 15th? And I say it's time to let it go. Time to let go. I have a fellowship meeting that I'll be attending. I have my Christian meetings that I go to every Sunday and Tuesday. I have 5 Bible studies with my women Bible study group on Thursday evenings. And above all else, I have Jehovah and Jesus Christ who have proven they will support my decision. That's one thing about Sheila True Love. My beautiful, beautiful tubies, when I see and feel that something can get the best of me, I'm done. I'm done. I don't like being controlled by anyone or anything. So in closing, if you ever feel that things are getting out of control or out of hand, pray to your Heavenly Father about the matter. Make up your mind to make the necessary changes that you need to make and watch how your life improves majorly and immensely. This is Sheila True Love, sharing this with you, loving you always. Until next time, bye for now.